But on the morning I was supposed to fly to Europe, Lena called. It sounded like she'd been crying. Becca, I'm so sorry, but my mom just accepted a teaching position in Australia. We leave tomorrow. Tomorrow? But what about our plans? Our adventures? I'm so sorry. This was all so unexpected and last minute. But you made a promise. Yeah, to you! And I expect you to keep it. You can't stay on the farm your whole life. Go live, see the world. I told her I would think about it, but the idea of going to a new country alone without my friend there was way too scary. So I told the study abroad coordinator that I wanted to back out of the trip. She told me she wished she traveled more when she was younger. And then, Lena's words rang in my head again. How do you know what you like unless you try it first? Reluctantly, I agreed. I boarded the plane with tears in my eyes. I was going to a country where I knew no one, to live with a German family I had never met, in a place where I didn't even speak the language. I was gonna be all alone, without my family, my farm, my alpacas, and without Lena. I arrived at noon the following day in Munich. I had been too sad to sleep on the flight, so I was totally exhausted. My host family picked me up at the airport with a cardboard sign that read, "Welcome to Germany, Becca." They were really kind, but my host brother Klaus rolled his eyes at me when I asked him why Europeans use military time. I couldn't help but notice he was cute, but his rudeness mostly distracted me from that observation. Everything felt unfamiliar and confusing. I didn't understand how the windows in the house worked, how to set the thermostat, or why my clothes came out crispy after washing. I began to feel very homesick. I missed my parents, my siblings, Salt and Pepper, my cozy bedroom, even my school. But I told myself that I'd try to enjoy the experience to the best of my ability. I had worked so hard to get here, and I wasn't going to waste all that money and sacrifice. The next morning at the breakfast table before school, Klaus joined me and stuffed scrambled eggs into his mouth like he hadn't eaten in days. I barely nibbled at mine. Why don't you refrigerate your eggs here? You really know nothing about Germany, do you? It's just a question. And why does Germany use Celsius and not Fahrenheit? Let's go. We're gonna be late for school. He drove us to school every morning, and I pestered him with questions about his home country. His cold demeanor melted a bit, and he started actually answering my questions, and even started asking me some questions back. I couldn't help but notice how attractive he looked in his knit sweaters that emphasized his pronounced biceps. So, do you really refrigerate your eggs in America? How unusual. And the grocery store even designates people to bag our groceries. If I come to America, would you be my one-on-one tour guide? I need to see this for myself. I'd love to show you around. I couldn't tell if he was flirting with me or not. Was he making eye contact? I was pretty sure he was, and I had to admit, I didn't mind it. School was a mixed bag. Learning German with a tutor was difficult. It felt like I was born with the wrong tongue. But I studied each night and began to master the basics. I even had a short conversation with the bus driver in German about the weather, which was